He says a nation is a collection of families. To love our neighbors would be far easier then, but we are to love our enemies as well, or lesser neighbors. What is the definition or translation of neighbor? Is our modern definition correct?
Well, we go back to the parable of the Good Samaritan. Christ defines neighbor there. Neighbor is anyone proximate to you. That's what neighbor means, proximate, who's in need. So if I'm walking down the road and there's someone who doesn't speak English and is a total different ethnicity and has no blood relativeness to me and not part of my nation, and they're bleeding in a ditch, I have to help them. Like, charity calls me to help them, and that's being a neighbor. So, but also I think there is, what he says there is, if we have a high trust Christian culture, right? Mm-hmm. A Christian culture is, if I leave my bike in your front yard, right, to come over and say hi, and we, have a lemonade and talk, and I go back out, the bike's still there.
Yeah.
Right. That's a high trust culture, because Christians know you shouldn't steal, and they've been taught that since they were 3. If you live in a low trust culture where people aren't taught that since they're 3, you might go back outside and your bike's gone. So yeah, you want to live in a high trust culture. What is a high trust culture? It's a Christian culture. It's not a Muslim culture, right? It's not a Hindu culture. I know people get mad when you say this stuff. If you ask people, which one do you want to live in? You ask an atheist, which one do you want to live in? Give them the options, they'll say, I want to live in the Christian culture.
Was it Hitchens who said that?
Yeah,
or was
he did. He did say that.
He's like, oh, I'm culturally a Christian. I couldn't believe it when he said that. He's like, I love all the Christian culture stuff. And I'm like, well, imagine if it was really done well, Yeah,
but, it's actually real. Yeah. So we have to say that, yeah, living in a neighborhood that is Christian is going to have so many more residual benefits. Like, your wife's friends aren't going to be, complaining and tearing down their husbands, which is going to help your wife, not be bummed out or tear you down, and the men are also going to be, trying to strive and be holy. It's like, there's iron sharpens iron. Like, there's a momentum in that kind of society. And that's how, like, saints are, they grow out of the pasture as beautiful flowers, because that kind of society, it's developed the soil there. And so I think we're kind of at soil building. We're kind of back to soil. There's been poison over the field. We got to figure out how do we rid this poison, and then how do we get back to healthy soil? Because once we get to healthy soil, we're gonna have a beautiful pasture, right? We're gonna have health.